Hey guys, I'm Elaine, the Ninja Life Coach, and today we're going to talk about the Good Samaritan. So sit back, grab yourselves a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'm back. I wanted to talk with you today real briefly about the Good Samaritan. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately in light of just the headline news and in light of just some things I've been seeing come across my news feed. You know, we live in a very, very troubled world. We live in a world where people are just not nice to one another. They are just outright mean to one another. And this morning when I was walking my dog, I was thinking about the parable of the Good Samaritan that Jesus told his disciples. And if you're not familiar with that parable, I'm going to recap it real quick here. A Samaritan man was traveling down the road and he came across a Jewish man who was basically just lying there by the side of the road and had been left for dead by a band of robbers and thieves. And what happened was the Samaritan man picked the guy up, took him to the local inn, and left him there with the innkeeper, paid for all of the stuff for him to, his bandages, and he nursed him himself for a few days, and then said, hey, I have to go tend to some other business, but if you'll take care of him, just charge it to my account. I don't want the guy to owe for anything. I was thinking about that as much as I could with Trixie, and we were roaming around, and she was trying to walk, and she was trying to do what dogs always do when you take them out for a walk, but she had no respect for me. But I got to thinking about that parable, and I was thinking about how we as Christians, how we intertwine with each other's lives. The Jews and the Samaritans, they didn't get along at all. They actually hated one another. They did not see eye to eye on anything at all. As abhorrent as it was for the Samaritan to take care of that Jewish man, it was probably just as abhorrent for the Jewish man to be dependent on the Samaritan. That's how much they disliked one another. About how does that relate to us today? How does that relate to modern day Christianity? Well, I think the short version of it relates in this way. I can't fix everything that's wrong in the world, much as I would like to, and as much as I think I probably have an answer for everything. But what I can do is perform random acts of kindness for one person. I can take care of one person today. I can do something today for one. I may not be able to do it for many, but I can do it for one. It may be something as simple as paying for the person's coffee in line in front of me at Starbucks. It may be something as simple as letting someone else in front of me in traffic. It could be letting someone go in front of me in the grocery line. It could be opening the door for someone who is older than me or someone who's younger than me. It could be babysitting. It could be any of those things. We have to, at some point, ask ourselves, what kind of legacy do we want to leave behind? Do we want to leave behind a fulfilling legacy so that when we're gone at our funeral, people say, oh, she was the most wonderful person in the world? That's what I want to leave behind. I don't want them saying, I couldn't stand the old hag and I'm only here for the dessert. I don't want them to say that. But in spite of that, there's a little bit of me that wants me to say, wow, what an old rip grandma must have been. But I really want my grandchildren and I want their children to say, that woman really knew God. Above all else, that's what I want them to say. I want them to say, she knew God. I don't even care if my name is on my tombstone. I don't even care. I just want the words, she knew God. That's it. How different would our lives be if we lived our lives that way? And I know this is a little bit off topic. This is a little bit of something that I normally don't talk about at this length, but today it was really pressing on my heart. And I felt like I just had to encourage you guys for us to just be kind. And I know from the comments that I get from it's almost 100%. You guys are great. You guys rock and you're kind. Your comments are kind. I very seldom ever get a negative comment. And that's my hats off to you guys. That shows me that my audience are really kind, caring people. So I'm going to ask you today just to take it up a notch. Just try it today. Just be nice to somebody today. Smile at somebody. Smile at them. And just see how your day turns out today. And I don't want to get into one of those, oh, it's just, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I don't want to get into that, because I'm not really all down with that all the time, because sometimes it's just not a beautiful day in the neighborhood. But you can make today a beautiful day if you just try to help somebody out just a little bit. I have a couple of coupons that I'm going to drop down in the link in the description box for y'all to take a look at. I was prowling around on Amazon this weekend, and I actually found a couple of coupon codes that looked pretty good. So I'm going to drop it down in the description box, and y'all can check that out if you want to. And visit my website, Ninja Life Coaching, and I also have a book on Amazon, Lord Am I Going Crazy? It's a 30-day devotional guide for women over 40, and check that out when you get an opportunity. Hope you guys have a great week. Go out and do something special today. God bless you. Maranatha.